All right. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna plug this heater in because I am just cold all the time. Summer is really where I thrive. So let's get a heater going. Okay. Let's see, I got a lighter in my pocket. And then as we get set up here, I'm just gonna be laying a blanket on the ground. Come on, Miami. Come over here. Sit. Sit. Oh, good. Stay. Stay. Okay. So I'm kind of just making sure everything's set up right. I might take this off. The lighting's not the best in here. This isn't my normal setup, but welcome everyone who is joining us, or maybe you're just stopping by real quick. We are going to be doing a guided pranayama, breath work, and a little guided meditation. So if you have 20, 30 minutes of your time that you can set aside to do something to take care of yourself and to nurture yourself, you're welcome here, and I appreciate you for coming and hanging out. Could have just been anywhere in the world today, but you're here hanging out and just practicing love, practicing giving yourself love. And when we give ourselves love, we are then able to better give love to others, to our community, whatever you want to call it, to love. I just said that. To source, to our highest self. And I'm just lighting a cinnamon stick right now. There was a full moon, or we're currently in a full moon cycle. So just taking some time to kind of cleanse the space before we get started. And again, thank you all for being here. Welcome. I do classes like this all the time on TikTok Live, but I'm trying to decide a schedule that is going to benefit you more and just like what kind of things you would like to see in these types of classes and what time works. So, taking like the rest of my schedule in consideration, I'm thinking about coming on here on Tuesdays and doing like 3 classes a day. So, like morning, noon, and evening, and doing stuff like that. So, usually we just do a little breathing practice and meditation. Sometimes we'll do yoga asanas, some yoga poses. So, I'm thinking about making that like a Tuesday thing. So I'm lighting a cinnamon stick. Cinnamon is really great for abundance and prosperity. So just kind of cleansing the space. And if you're coming to hang out, I hope you feel the effects of this little smudging that I'm doing. And we're about to go ahead and get started. So, setting yourself up before we get into the practice. As you can see, I don't have anything fancy with me. I'm really just going to be laying on a blanket. If you have like a pillow or a bolster, or maybe even a yoga block that you would like to sit your hips up on just to kind of help you sit up a little taller, you're more than welcome to do so. The way I was taught the pranayama that we're going to be doing today, they do say to sit up, but if you find that you might be more comfortable and feel more yourself if you were lying down, please go ahead and do so. There's really no right or wrong here. A lot of times it's just kind of finding what is going to work for you today. So I'm going to set this up somewhere as it continues to burn. And thank you again, everyone, for being here. If you're just stopping by real quick, thank you for stopping by. I hope your day, your morning, your evening is going well. So we're about to go ahead and get into it. We'll be doing a little pranayama breath work and a guided meditation. During the practice, I do turn off the comments just so they're not distracting in any way, but after the practice is over, I will turn the comments back on if anyone has any comments or feedback or questions that you might have. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as we get started. Bless you, Miami. Our little sidekick, our little teaching assistant. All right, so comments are off. We're going to go ahead and begin to make our way onto either a mat or a blanket. If you don't have either of those things, you can also use a towel. You could simply just use the floor as well too. So getting set up. So you can see I'm using my blanket today. And then go ahead and make your way into a comfortable seated position. And like I said in the beginning, if you find that you might be more comfortable lying down, you can go ahead and do so. If you're sitting, you can sit up on a bolster or a pillow or a block. If you're lying down, you could place a pillow underneath your head, underneath your knees. Doing whatever you got to do to make yourself as comfortable as possible. And for this practice, we're going to begin doing some breath work. So the breathing technique that we're going to be doing today is called Nadi Shodhana, or alternative nostril breathing. The way that we're going to do this breathing practice is that we're going to take our right hand, and we're going to bend the middle and the index finger. If this is not working for you today because of your anatomy, that's totally normal. You could also place your middle and your index finger over your forehead, the center of your forehead, or your third eye. And the way that we're going to do this is that we're going to take our thumb. We're going to start by closing the right nostril. We'll inhale through the left nostril for 4 seconds. We'll cover both nostrils with our fingers, hold for 2 seconds, and then release the thumb, exposing the right nostril. Exhale for 8 seconds. And then inhale for 4 seconds on the right side. Hold the breath, cover both nostrils, exhale on the left side for 8 seconds. So our inhalations are going to be quicker than our exhalations. And I will start the practice by just kind of like counting with you so you can kind of get a sense of the rhythm that we're going to be doing. And then after a few rounds, I will turn my voice off and I'll allow you to try the practice on your own. If you find that maybe 4 seconds is too much to take an inhale or 8 seconds is too much to exhale, you can always reduce the number. So I like to go with increments of 2. So let's say if 4 seconds is too much, you can lower that and do inhale for 2 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. So again, there's really no right or wrong. It's just finding what's going to work for you today. But before making that decision, just see how it feels first. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we'll start just by coming into the space. If you want to close your eyes or soften your gaze, softening your sight towards the ground in front of you. We'll begin to just notice how we're feeling today. Notice the natural rhythm of your breathing. And then we'll begin to adjust our hands. So with your right hand, again, you'll be able to bend the middle and the ring finger, or you can also place that on your forehead when you're ready. And then with your left hand, you can do a little mudra if it feels right. We're going to go back to the basics and just do an Jnana mudra, which is connecting your thumb and your index finger. And then you can place your left palm facing up, or you can place your left palm facing down on the knee. Now, with our hands situated, and before we begin, we're going to take a few cleansing deep breaths together. So go ahead and begin to gently inhale through the nose, filling up your belly, expanding the ribs, lifting the chest. And then open, audible mouth exhale. And we'll do that again, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling up the belly. Open mouth exhale. Sigh it out. Last one, take a deep inhale through the nose. And sigh it out through the mouth. Now we'll begin with Nadi Shodhana. So begin to place your right thumb over your right nostril. We'll begin to inhale through the left nostril. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold both the nostrils for 1, 2. Release the thumb. Exhale through the right nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold both nostrils. 1, 2. Exhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the left nostril. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold both nostrils. 1, 2. Exhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold both nostrils. 1, 2. Exhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold both nostrils. 1, 2. Exhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold both nostrils. 1, 2. Exhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale through the left and start to count on your own. Go ahead and begin to finish up your last round or two of Nadi Shodhana. And you'll end with exhaling through the left nostril. And whenever you come to a good stopping place, just allow your breath to return back to its natural rhythm, breathing through both of your nostrils. Once again, just noticing how you're feeling. And take another cleansing deep breath together. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. And open mouth exhale. That is my dog making so much noise. And then if your eyes happen to be closed, or even if they're not, see if you can either close your eyes or soften your gaze a little more. And then we'll begin to slowly make our way all the way onto our back. So as you come to your back, if you need to do any kind of movements, maybe rocking your knees side to side, doing a few circles with the wrist or with the ankles. If you need to reach your arms up over your head, do a big stretch. Do whatever you got to do to set yourself up for success so that we can just spend a few minutes here in Shavasana. And in Shavasana, you can straighten your legs out in front of you, or you can bring your feet out wider than your hips and allow your knees to relax towards the center. You can rest your arms down by your sides, palms facing up or palms facing down. You can even rest your hands, one on the belly, one on the heart, both hands on the belly, both hands on the heart. Again, just doing whatever you got to do in order for you to be able to relax. And we'll spend a few minutes here in Shavasana. And the reason why we do Shavasana after our pranayama practice is because Shavasana really just helps us to integrate the practice that we just did. So often we find ourselves jumping from one activity to the next without much time to pause in between. So Shavasana is offered to us just as a way to integrate the practices that we're doing. So I'm going to turn my voice off. In about 2 or 3 minutes, I will cue us out of Shavasana. We'll begin to slowly and gently make our way out of Shavasana. So we'll begin to invite in some movement back into our body. Begin wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Do a few circles with the wrists and with the ankles. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Straighten your legs out in front of you and reach the arms all the way up over your head. And take a big good morning stretch. Make yourself as long as possible. And then on an exhale, bring your knees to center, your knees into your chest. And slowly roll over onto the right side and placing your right ear on your right bicep, acting as though your bicep is a pillow. And then see if you can keep your eyes closed or your gaze softened as you use your left hand and your right elbow to help push yourself back up into a seated position. If you chose to stay lying down for the practice, you don't need to worry about that. And as you come back into Sukhasana, an easy seated position, go ahead and do, once again, anything you need to do to get yourself comfortable. Sitting up on something, maybe rocking your hips side to side, maybe doing a few shoulder rolls, maybe even a few neck rolls, looking up, looking down, looking to the left, and looking to the right. And as you begin to get comfortable, if you would like to take a lotus or a half lotus pose, go ahead and do so. You can place your hands on the tops of your knees, on the tops of your thighs. You can even place them in your lap, one hand on top of the other. And then option here, once again, to add a mudra to the practice. So we're going to keep it simple again. We're just going to connect our our index finger and our thumb, creating an Jnana mudra. Once again, palms facing our thumb, creating an Jnana mudra. Once again, palms facing our thumb, creating an Jnana mudra. Once again, palms facing an Jnana mudra. Once again, palms facing up in. Begin to bring some awareness to the breath. As you notice your breath, we'll begin to watch the breath as we inhale through the nose, and watch the breath as you exhale through the nose. Watch your breath rise as you inhale. Watch the breath fall as you exhale. option here to imagine that you're gazing up towards your forehead, towards the center of your forehead, your third eye, seat of intuition and inner knowing. And still just focusing on the breath. Another option here is to repeat to yourself, inhale as you inhale. Repeat to yourself, exhale as you exhale. Watch your breath rise as you inhale. Watch your breath fall as you exhale. If at any moment you notice that your mind has started to wander, know and understand and invite in with love that this is normal and that we are only human and these things will happen. Whenever you do notice it, once again, just bring your awareness, bring your attention back to the breath. Watch the breath rise as you inhale. Watch the breath fall as you exhale. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. If you're in a seated position today, slowly begin to unwind your legs. Maybe even doing a few windshield wipers with the knees, but moving very slow and mindfully. Now, there's no need to force anything here. And seeing if you can keep your eyes closed for a little longer. Know that you don't have to see what's going on, just simply trust yourself, trust what your body, what your mind needs in this moment. And then slow and with control, we'll begin to make our way onto our back for our last and final Shavasana. So again, the option here to add any kind of movement you feel you might need in this moment. You can hug the knees into the chest, rock side to side. You can wiggle the fingers and the toes. Do a few circles with the wrists and the ankles. Maybe stretching your arms up over your head. And then either straightening your legs out in front of you or bringing your feet out wider than your torso and allowing your knees to fall to meet in the center. And we'll spend about another 2 or 3 minutes here in Shavasana. And just allow yourself to get comfortable. Bring yourself into a position where you can relax to the best of your ability. And again, Shavasana is here for us today to help us integrate the practice that we just did. So there's really nothing to do here besides just to lie here and be still. And I'll turn my voice off. In about 2 or 3 minutes, I will cue us out of Shavasana. If you would like to stay in Shavasana for a little longer, please go ahead and do so. Know that there is no time limit on how long you can stay here. and just listening to what you may need today. If you are ready to come out of Shavasana, we'll begin to slowly deepen the breath. Begin to invite some movement back into your body, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, circling the wrists, and circling the ankles. On an inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Do a big good morning stretch. And then on an exhale, allow your knees to come into your chest and slowly roll over onto the right side, placing your right ear on your right bicep as if your bicep was a pillow. And see if you can keep your eyes closed as you use your left hand, your right elbow to slowly push yourself back up, coming back into an easy seated position. And before we exit this practice, again, if you need to do a few movements with your body, you can always do a few shoulder rolls. You can do a few circles with the torso. Maybe you just need to shake something out. But again, just kind of playing around and noticing what feels good in this moment. And then taking a second to find a little bit of stillness. Bring your hands to prayer, to your heart. Take a moment to express some gratitude towards yourself for doing something to take care of yourself and to give yourself that love that you so deserve. It's when we take care of ourselves first that we are better able to take care of others and to give back. So thank you again for being here. We can take a big inhale through our nose here. Breathing in that love, and then open mouth exhale. Let something go. You can slowly release your hand from your heart, and then slowly begin to breathe your eyes open. Take your time coming back into the space. And as you open your eyes, see if there's a primary color either near or around you. So a red, blue, or yellow. This just helps us to come back into the space with a little more grace and ease. And thank you again so much for being here. I hope you feel like you got something out of the practice. I would like to come on here every Tuesday and have like 3 classes a day, something like that. So I hope to see you back here again soon. If you want to spend a full hour with me doing similar practices, the link is in my bio. All the classes that I currently teach are all donation based, so it's whatever you're able to offer for the practice. So thank you again for listening. I appreciate you for being here, and take care of yourself. Peace. And then I will also turn the comments back on if anyone does have any questions. I don't think there's any questions, so everyone take care, okay? Peace.